Yeah.
Would you mind if Solomon got on your coaching call? He needs some
Yeah.
help, and I want him to
Oh,
hear.
yeah.
I want him to hear what he went through some losses and he's doing some stuff. So
Yeah.
I want, if you don't mind, kind of sharing this with him, just Solomon.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. Yeah, I would love for you to share this with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Solomon, hey, can you log in? I've got Dean here. He's doing his coaching. I'm doing coaching with him. Okay. And I want him to kind of go through. He's showing me what he's doing. All right. He had a great week. All right. So can you log in also? Okay. Okay. Log in now. Okay. Thanks. All right. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate this.
Oh, sure, no problem. You did this. You did the same thing for me with I think it was Brian.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
did the
about
same
sharing,
thing.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is hopefully he can, when he, I can see him come in. So we'll go back and forth on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to we're starting next week. We're going to put focus on the NAS 100,
Yeah.
and we just really wanted to get going with the US 30 first. Okay, get traders kind of familiar with that. As a matter of
Right.
fact, the US 30 is the slowest moving one.
What?
Yeah, the NAS is a lot faster.
Yeah, the Nas was fast this morning. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Hey Solomon. Okay, there he is.
Hi, Mr. Dean. How you doing? Hi, Mr. David.
Hi
Hello, Mr.
Solomon. How are
Solomon.
you?
I'm doing well,
How are you?
sir. Hi,
Good,
Happy
Mr.
good,
Friday.
good.
Happy Friday.
Same to you, sir.
All right. So Solomon,
Yes, sir.
Dean, Solomon has a heavy foot. All right.
Yeah.
Just a little heavy. We all do. We all do. Right. But we're gonna get him right.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I want to kind of explain to him what you're doing. And
Okay.
what what you were showing me is really, really good because I see where you are. And Solomon, what Dean is doing, he's got some larger positions. So you took some large positions, right? So
Right.
he's trading 2.0, right? 2.0, but then he also has 0.05,
Yeah.
0.02, all right? 1.0, right? So one standard lot. So he's got positions in there that are a bit higher, but he's
Yeah.
not just taking those positions, right? He's waiting for like really good confirmation to then
Yeah.
jump that trade up big. Now, I'm gonna give you. He did a little over 6,000 this week.
Yeah.
So what he's doing works. It works. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and he did 3,000 last week.
Yeah.
And he's been doing well. All right. So he doubled from last week to this week. Okay.
Okay.
So, but we're not gonna focus on his P&L.
Okay.
Right? Because
Yeah.
what he's doing will take care of the P&L.
Yeah.
All right. So we don't want to push capital. We want to push process. The capital will take care of itself, of its own. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Dean, is your screen still sharing there? Let's see here. Can we
see.
share it with Solomon also?
Yeah. Can you see my screen, Solomon?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the ones with like a bunch of yellow lines
Yes.
drawn
Yes.
across.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Right. So I'm process oriented. I'm an IT guy, so everything pattern for me in a process. So
Hey,
this is
Dean,
the US 30.
can you do this first? Then can you bring up your Hugo's way? So show him your lot. I want him to see your lot, your sizes,
Yeah.
and then go through the process.
Okay, yeah.
If you don't mind.
So this is Hugo's way. This is so on this column here, these are the sizes.
The size.
Yeah, you can see I took, depending on what it is, US 30.10, 20.20, the 05, 01. So it's really all over the place, but there's a rhyme to the reason. What I mean by that is I really depend on the trend. The trend is my friend. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
when Dave makes his calls, especially for US 30, I trade all of them, but mainly I focus on US 30. When David makes that call, I come in here and this is the regular screen of US 30 here. Um, the daily and the hour. What I did was I added additional windows. So I have my daily here.
Hmm.
I have 60 minutes. I have 30 minutes. And then I take my trades here on the 1 minute. What I do is if I get a buy signal only on the 60 minute, I will usually trade 0.01, 0.02.
So
Okay,
then
Okay.
that's
Okay.
on the if you get a buy signal on the 60-minute only.
yes, only a 1.10, 0.01, 0.02.
So
Okay.
you're trading
Now,
if you have a buy signal only on the 60-minute, you're going low
low,
amount.
yes,
Okay,
very conservative,
very conservative.
very
That
conservative.
makes sense, Solomon?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you could have a different way of doing it. Just
Yeah,
know that he's not going heavy all the time, right?
right,
Right. The market, right, and the system will tell him, okay, now I need to trade less of fewer lots, or I need to, now things are really moving. I can trade higher,
right,
right? So go ahead then.
exactly. So if you look at the pattern today, I have my daily, my 60 minute, and my
30
30 minute.
minutes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So forget about this. There was nothing here when this went blue, right? This went 12:20. Actually, here we go. I don't know where the time. Okay, I don't think it went green yet. Blue by. It went. I think it went by here at 11 o'clock. There was a buy. Oh, here it is. 6:30. There was a buy signal. There was
All
no
right.
buy signal here. All right. I didn't
Right.
do anything with the 30 minute. There was no buy signal here. This buy signal came in at 9 a.m. Okay.
And that was on the 23rd.
That's on the 20. This is 29th.
Oh, okay. This is yesterday's trade, right?
Yesterday. Yeah,
All right.
exactly. Right. So when the buy signal came in here, there was no buy signal here. So I still was trading my 0.01, 0.02. David called it when it came out here. So
On the
now I
60
had
minutes.
a buy signal here, had a buy signal here, had a buy signal here, had a buy signal here. Okay. Or it
Okay.
was probably over here somewhere. When everything was buy, that's when I went 0.05, 0.1, 0.10. I went higher.
Mm.
Now, when I bought here, I still had my open positions with the 0.01.
On the
Guess what I
60
did?
minute.
Yeah, on the 60 minute. Guess what I did? I increased my position, meaning that instead of 0.01, when all this went by, I went 0.05. My next position, I went up.
Okay.
So I went from maybe 0.02 to 0.03, 0.04, 0.05. Every time this kept moving up, I took another position.
And that's
And
without
then
closing previous positions that you've opened
didn't
to.
close anything, didn't
All
close
right.
anything yet. Now, what I started doing was I started going backwards. My open positions that I had at the beginning, I started taking profits because at this point, these are way up here now, right? The ones that I was holding, I said, okay, I'm going to take my positions. And the other ones that I have were still open. But then
Okay.
as the market was fluctuating and everything like that, I just started taking my profits so I wouldn't lose any profits. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So literally, so you get you so like on the US 30, you have the daily 60 and the 30 minutes. So you saw the signal on the 30 minutes, but you didn't get hit. You got prepared until the
Yeah,
60 minute had a buy signal and Mr. David called it. So when he
exactly.
called it, you started to and you also have your 1 minute, you started to build positions using because the 60 minutes is the ground, entry, letting you know that everyone is in, right?
Yes, yes,
All right.
exactly.
But you
So
mm-hmm.
when he calls the 60 minutes, there's a buy here, there's a buy here, and obviously the buy is on the daily.
Daily, yeah.
Now, I don't know this. It took me a while to trade at this level. I only trade the 1 minute, only trade the 1 minute in the mornings, and that's just a pattern that I have. What you see here is maybe David could explain it better. Between 9 a.m. and 9:30 before the market opens, usually the market is consolidating, going in this up and down. There's no direction, no direction. The market opens. Once that market opens, it's consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. My concerns are these two lines here. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because
So
I can see the
you can
pattern
see
right there before it breaks out. So it's like
exactly,
in between the support and resistance right now.
exactly. So I'm not buying, even though that's a buy. It's on the minute. I don't buy there.
Mm,
What I'm doing is I'm planning now. What am I going to do? Because uh, it's going to be a while before this buy signal comes out.
okay,
It's going to be a while, but I'm preparing now. Usually in the morning on the breakout, once this a candle breaks above the resistance, it usually, and you could do this, go as far back as you want. Once it makes that breakout, usually it'll make a breakout, does a retest, and it comes back up. And you can see I took all of this.
okay,
Now, I don't delete my lines. Why? Because these lines, there's a story behind them. Usually you can see the lines here. These are the trade station
mm-hmm.
monster lines. But usually what I'll do is I'll start moving them around because I know that's my new high,
Okay,
my new levels. Okay. I'll start making my new levels there. Um, but I usually take my profits based on these lines because you can see here, right? As you move along here, there's like here's another day right here. Usually you can see the pattern stops at this line. I don't know when this was, but it was a point in time that I marked my opening high low. Okay, you can see the movements here. Okay, I know if I'm taking a position, I'm not taking a position in any of these, even though that's a buy because it's on the minute. I'm usually taking it here, but I'm preparing myself because I'm watching. I'm wait. Now it's begin when it begins to trend.
trying to
When
break
it
out.
begins, it's starting to break out. Exactly. So all this is it's a lot of noise, but I use these. I think it was maybe 3 months I started doing this. I just started. You can see all these all these lines. So I was trading. I started trading when it was down here, and I was making my lines, and I used those lines as my guide, especially
Okay,
when I'm going to take my profit. You can see here. I make it big so it doesn't. But usually it's pretty close to. And like I said, I'll just clean it up. I'll move it to the current day. I'll move my lines and make my adjustments. Right.
So then it looks like they're pretty close to the support and
Yeah,
resistance lines,
they
right?
are. Yeah, they're
Okay.
all. That's what I use to take my profit. I use those to take my profit. So you can't see it right now. I have two screens. I have this screen up and I have this screen up. There's no lines here, as you can see. I just did this morning. This is NAS 100. But
mm-hmm.
when I'm trading on Hugo's way. on the sell and buy. And I'm just going off of this. My eyes are on this, and I'm using hotkeys to buy and sell.
The hotkeys.
Yeah, on Hugo's way. There's a way to
Oh, okay.
configure the hotkeys. So, you just click your keyboard and you buy or sell a
Oh,
position.
okay. Right, all right.
But
Hey,
I'm always
Dean,
monitoring this. I'm always monitoring this.
Dean, can we go back? Because
Yeah,
I want to really focus on the process. Okay,
yeah,
meaning that, right? How you the amount. So if we go back to your P&L.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Because what I sent everyone um uh a list of the trades where I we did a small account.
yeah,
Okay. And what I want to see here is like your point that US 30.02. What date was that? That was on
Today,
the 29th.
29th. Yeah,
0.02.
yeah.
yeah,
So you see that, you see the 0.02, all right, and then you see the zero point 0.1, all right. You see that there, Dean?
yeah,
What made you do that, right? You went high and you keep going high and low, high and low, high and
yeah.
low, high and low,
Right.
right?
So,
And that is what I want to get to, Solomon, right?
yeah,
We can't just trade everything big,
yeah,
right? And we can't just trade and that's for, all the traders, right?
yes,
And we can't just trade everything small, right? There's
right,
a time to trade small, and then there's a time to trade big. And you
yes,
seem to have done a really good job doing that. All right.
yeah.
So can you go through a few of them, like the most recent ones that you did today? And we don't have to look at the chart, but just your
Yeah,
process, your thinking process,
yeah.
like the
So,
like the 0.01
yeah,
point.
absolutely. So this is a good example. And you can see the time here, 6:09 at 6:13. I went
Okay.
up to 0.02. Now, what I did, if you remember, I always start with a small position.
Okay, so you
But
always start with a small position.
yes, small position
And why? Why do you do that?
in case it doesn't go my way. I can, it's not a big loss. I don't care.
You don't
It's,
care. Okay.
it doesn't bother me.
Hmm.
However, if it continues in the direction that I want, then I increase. Then I take another position, 0.02, and I just rinse and repeat, do the same thing. But I always start small, always start small.
What would happen if you started, let's say you started with rather than 0.001, 0.1 or 0.2?
So you have to, I, you have to be in the right mindset because when you're trading the US 30, it moves fast. And at the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes, the 1 minute, if you're not ready for those movements, you'll lose your mind because in a minute you'll be down $100,
Hmm.
$200, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're not patient and just calm down, because if it goes down, it's coming back up. If it goes up, it's coming back down. But if in the event, usually in the morning, it's very volatile. So in the event it doesn't go your way and it goes, you go in, I take a small position, 0.01, and it
Hmm.
goes the opposite direction. Okay. After, you know, after a little bit, I'll say, okay, no, no more. And I see the numbers going down. So usually if I'll go maybe over $50, I'll take a $50 loss before I exit the trade.
Okay.
But that's my mindset. But I have a better comfort if I start with a small position, and then if it continues going in that direction, and this is when I go really big. Like I said, if this is blue, this is blue. If I got buy, oh boy, man, it's
So you've got solid confirmation all over the
solid.
place.
Yep.
You're gonna go big, right? Yep. But you don't stay big. You go big for a while and you get out.
Yes, exactly. The big ones I'll exit out. Like you can see here, like I started, and I mean, it's not just the same day. It's it's going in, and you can see 01, 02, 05, 02, 02, 02. I usually get out. I don't stay in the big ones long.
Yep.
I get in, but I'll have maybe 3 or 4 trades going on.
Yeah. So your big ones, the big ones, you just leveraging that quick capital, get that big push, right?
Yes.
And then you're getting out of there. You're just riding that momentum, right?
Yes, that's right. Exactly. You see here, these big ones here, big ones here. Buy and sell, 8, 10. All these, same thing. I'm just getting it out. And I made mistakes. See here, I took a 304 loss, but I don't care. It's good. I'm fine.
So all
I have more wins than losses.
All these to your right, the far right, that's your profit. That's your profit and loss.
This is the profit and loss, yeah. But I'm not even really, for me, Solomon, I'm not even looking at this. Like I said, I'm a process-oriented person. So what works for me is this process. This has to always work for me. This is like this comes in. This is like nice. It's good. Oh, this is great to have. But for me, I have to have the system working.
Right.
And that's how I go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like during the day, I'm not usually on here. I'm usually here in the mornings. Like I said, 9:30 after the market opens, I'll do my quick in and out. And then when David makes the call, I jump back in. But I'm not watching this all day. I'm not I'm not looking at it all day. There's no need to.
So then during the day, if you're not looking at it during the day, how are you taking your multiple trades?
So if I'm in a trade, I've taken maybe so I'm in two or three trades in. Okay. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't trade every day. I don't trade like crazy. I have to have these patterns in place. They have to meet my criteria. If they meet my criteria, I'll get in. And again, I'm incrementally. If it keeps going in my direction, I'll take another position. Take another position. The only thing that I do is I set my take profit limits. So I don't even know if I took a profit or not until I before the class, David's class, I'll check and see, oh, okay, they're good. Okay. Profit close. What I don't do is I never put a stop limit.
A stop loss.
Yeah.
I never put a stop loss.
So Dean, what you're basically doing, and I with the example I sent you guys with the trades that I share with a small account, it's basically the same thing. Okay. Yeah. With trading futures, with anything you can do it, right? But what you're doing is you're feeling, right? You've got the charts, but you can see the movement going, and you just add into that position, right?
Yes.
And as the momentum increase, you increase your size, right? You increase your size. When the momentum starts to decrease, you can start taking you're taking profits off the table.
Exactly.
Okay? And you might still have a core position. You might still have some positions that's going to go by the buy and sell. Okay.
Yeah.
By the buy and sell. Those might be your core positions. But in between then, you're running up that volatility.
Yes. Okay? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you can move that, you can take that volatility, and Solomon, this is what I wanted to really the point I wanted to get across is that you notice that he's getting in, then he's getting in small, right? So he's testing, right? Testing at
Yeah.
the entry, testing at
Yeah.
the entry, because he doesn't know whether or not that volatility will come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah. And then once it comes in and he picks up, you will know when things are picking up by your
Yeah.
P&L and just the chart, and then you can jump in. You can see the price action. You can jump in with one standard
Bigger
lot, two
size.
standard
Yeah.
lots, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not waiting in the market, just holding that size. You know, that those big that big that's a standard lot, two lots, three lot, four standard lots. Those are big. So we don't want to
Yeah.
be in those positions, just holding, waiting for the market to
No.
reverse on us. Yeah.
No.
Right, then?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely right. It's when it's really moving, like I said, when everything's going in the same direction, I'll just, hey, boom, I'll take a big one and I'm not staying in long. But I'm letting my other ones, the long ones, see,
Yes.
I'll ride
Not the
this all
small.
the way up here.
The
I ride
smaller
this
ones,
all,
the smaller
yeah,
ones.
the smaller ones. That'll ride all the way up,
Yeah.
you know? Yep. Yeah.
Then
So definitely.
any more tips? Any more tips? We're almost done. I wanted to
Yeah.
do this because
Yeah.
Dean, I think you're doing a really great job with what you're
Thanks,
doing
David.
here. And I think a lot of traders can learn from what you're doing, right? You're trading big, but you're only trading big when you have to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Exactly.
When you have to.
Everything has to fall in place. Everything. And when I see my small ones growing and I can see I can still see it going. That's when I'm okay, boom, boom, you know. But it's discipline because you can't get freaked out.
Yeah.
You can't get freaked out. You just got to take your emotions out of it and just stay focused, you know.
Are you rolling your capital? So are you using the capital of the smaller trades to help to give you capital for your larger trades?
Yes. So here, and I have different accounts. So
Okay.
I trade. This is all US 30. Then my other one, and this I started, David, when you told me, okay, try a small account, a small
Yes.
amount. So then I said, okay, then I'll do my screen moved again. Oh, I can't get to it though. So I opened another account with a smaller amount, which I'm gonna now start working on. Using David's principles. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing. I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this one is my small account.
So this
So this is David. You
what,
mentioned you told me that
700? Okay.
yeah, you said use a small account to do the trade. So this
Yes.
is my I'm just using Forex here.
Okay.
Um so I'm using this. I started out with 600 or 700, and I see I have all these multiple things. But I was going by the alerts, David, and and I started. So when you started making those calls again, as you can see here, I'm not going heavy on these.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to do this for a week with just $700, and do the same thing I
Do the
was
same thing.
doing with my other account.
Yeah. Yeah. And the goal is to work on and it takes some work, right? But
Yes.
if you can take this, right, take this $700 and turn that into 6,000, right?
Yes, that's what.
Yeah.
But
Right.
David, the screenshot that you sent, I couldn't make it out. Is it possible to get it like this, where it's
Yeah, I'll get that out. Yeah, I'll
yeah,
send in a form like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking at you had small lot sizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because
don't think you went above 0.05.
no, not for a while. Not for a
Yeah,
while. Because what I want to do is show traders that so you guys that you don't need a big account, right? So
right.
I started with $50. Yeah, $50.
Wow.
All right, $50. And then and then I added another 50. And then I added another 50. The most added was how much was it? I believe 650. But by that time the account was almost, I think $2,000, $3,000.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And the way we want to, the goal is this, right? In trading, the goal is this: small accounts. All right, small accounts, big profits.
Yeah.
Right. We always look at we always want the reverse, right? We want the big accounts. We feel like big accounts will get the job done, but it's
Yeah.
really because we can use the brokers like what Dean is doing, right? He's taking small positions and he's building that capital.
Yeah.
That capital, we need that capital from the broker rather than our own capital.
Yeah.
If we lose the broker's capital, no big deal.
Yeah.
Right? But if we take our capital and we risk that and we lose that, that's a big deal. It's a big deal because now we've got to go back and find more capital out of our resources. It's, and we can only do that so many times.
Yeah.
And then we totally out of business.
Yeah.
We're totally out of business. So we know when we are trading well. We know when we are actually trading when we can take a small amount of capital and make a lot of money, right?
I have to get there, David. I want to get there because I did this. It took a while to get to this number, to get this amount. I kept building up, and then I started going. Now I started going heavy, but I want to go use your principles with the small account. I want to try that because, but I had to see those numbers. I was trying to make out the numbers. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different when you can take a small account. I know one trader. He starts every year. He has a challenge, and he has 5. And we might do it one year. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
We do different things, but he starts with $5,000. All right, and the challenge is that same $5,000. All right, his goal is to make $500,000 at the end of the year with that $5,000. With that same $5,000.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So now that's really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But we can certainly take 250, 3. It always scares me when traders put in 1,000, 2,000. Listen, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 in a trading account. It's so much money to put in a trading account.
Yeah.
$5,000 to put in a trading account is a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of money because just think, right? If as a trader, if you blow that $5,000, right, you've got to go back and find another $5,000.
$5,000. Yeah.
Right? You got to go back. If you blow that 5,000, you got to go back and find another $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that, and you can only, we all of us have, we don't have unlimited amount of capital, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So the goal is learn how to take 500, turn that into 5,000.
That's the deal. That's what I want to get to.
right? That's the way to do it, and it can be done.
Yeah.
Okay, and doing it the way Dean is doing it. So Dean, you figured it out. You
Yeah.
absolutely figured it out. Now, when we do, you know, when you came in new, I couldn't teach you that, right?
Right.
Because you really needed to know, okay, I need to buy here, I need to buy here, everything
Yes.
in between that can't
Yes.
be taught.
Right.
Everything, listen, everything between that buy and sell signal can't be taught.
Can't be taught. And the whole thing is the system. Without the system, uh, Solomon, I told David I had started trading in 2018. I lost a lot of money, a lot of money. And without this, and I don't know, I don't know if you were online when I first started. I think it was December, David.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I saw David's class
Meetup.
I saw
Was
David's
meetup?
class on
Meetup.
Meetup, and I was so impressed with it. I signed up the next day, and David called me up and laughed at me. He's like, "Wait, you're going too fast." You know, what do you want? You know, he's like started asking the right questions. That even made me feel better because it's like he didn't just want my money. He was like, "Wait, what are your plans? What's your strategy? What do you know?" I wanted to know, why do you want to do this? I was like, wow, this is good. But this system, by far, no man. Yeah,
But what you're doing is you're that between that buy and sell is your
yeah,
sweet spot. I don't coach that. We don't teach that. You can't be done.
yeah,
Because you have to feel, we talk about trading in the zone, that
yeah.
sweet spot in between that buy and sell there. What Dean is doing, that's
Mhm.
your zone, right? That's your zone where, you know, that you just know it, you feel it. That's when
Yeah,
you put capital to work, real
yeah.
capital to work, but you do it quick, right? You catch
Oh yeah,
that move, you see it, boom, 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 you get in and you get out,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
That's how you use those larger lots. That's how you use those larger lots, right? You start
Yeah.
using a standard lot, 1, 2, 3, 4 standard lots. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm
Yeah,
not saying you can't do it, but there's a way to do it. You want to ride that momentum, and you'll see your P&L go crazy.
it goes crazy. Like you'll see here, like Solomon. This is the US 30, and you know it's going up and down, but it's going. The trend is going. It's scaling up.
Hmm.
Guess what? I'm still in the position on my long. This dip, when it goes down on this dip, guess what? I open another position,
Hmm.
right? That's when I get my large position. Boom, boom. I take that all the way up. I close my large position. I let this baby keep riding. It's kind of crazy. Most people would jump out at this point, but the trend is still going up, right? This
Right.
trend is still going up. It's still, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Well, guess what? I don't do it all the time, but one of these lows, I jump in with my big size, boom, and I take my profit right here and let this 1.01, 0.02, it's still going steady, still going steady, you know? I'll just take
Yep.
my big ones, boom, just take it out. I'm done. And then I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. I don't stay here. So
Thanks,
that's it.
Dean. Thanks.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Mr. Dean.
hopefully,
I appreciate that.
yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
You can. I'll give you my number too, because
Okay, yeah.
it's. I keep in
thanks,
touch with
Dean.
Gerald too, David.
With who?
Gerald.
Gerald. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Gerald. He was helping me out. Gerald helped me out back when I started
He did.
Solomon.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yep.
I put you guys together, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, guys exchange numbers.
All right.
Solomon, listen to him. All right.
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to Dean. Okay. You're on the
Yeah.
right track. You're on the right track. It's just how we do it, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's how we do things. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the P&L will take care of itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. We're talking about almost 10 grand in 2 weeks. Where can you go and make 10 grand in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. 10 grand into, and he's just getting started. Right.
Man.
All right. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
he's got a process, and the key is this. He's using the broker's capital. He's building those positions.
Yeah.
All right. And then when he sees that, hey, volatility is coming in heavy, he pulls the trigger, right? Pulls the trigger on larger capital, right? Gets that little pop, boom, and then gets out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I see someone else here is trying to join. So
Oh, thanks. Yes, thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Mr.
Have a nice
we're
weekend.
done because we have another
Thanks, Mr. Dean.
coaching session.
Yes.
Hey,
All right.
thanks, Dean. Thanks for
Thanks,
helping
Mr.
out,
Dean.
Solomon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
Appreciate
guys.
it, sir. Thanks, Mr. David.
Take
Bye,
care,
sir.
guys. Bye-bye.